Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we are back into Mono Black. Nothing super creative, it's just the great Mono Black mid-range deck that we have been seeing, which has been blended with a few new cards from the Wilds of Eldraine set. Are you interested to see what this has to offer? Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, now 41st in line for the throne of England, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub. This one's called The New Mono Black, posted by TayMalace. TayMalace has started putting some stuff out again. So we're going to go ahead and take this one out and see if it's holding up as well as the old Mono Black. Now, if we take a look at the cards that are in here, it looks very much like Mono Black Midrange. The big one that you would have seen over and over again as the ultimate Mono Black deck as of the last meta prior to September 5th, right? So what we have here is the new Mono Black, the Mono Black Midrange, that's mixed in with some of the Wilds of Eldraine card. What do we got new? We got Ashiok, the Wicked Manipulator. We've got Beseech the Mirror. I love to mispronounce that or overpronounce it. Lord Skitter, Sewer King. That's a lot of words, but you know he is a rat noble, so he's got a lot of titles there. And lastly, new in here, we've got Hopeless Nightmare. So what we're going to do is we're going to pound through these cards super quick to talk about what they do, kind of guess at how this deck's supposed to play, and then we'll take it out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got? We got Creature Kill. We got Hand Hate, which does a little bit of making them lose life. And we can sacrifice, when it gets killed, when the enchantment gets destroyed, we get to scry. Creature kill, creature and planeswalker kill. This guy self-recurses, as in brings him back from the graveyard. This one rips apart graveyard and potentially gives you some life. This one rips apart graveyards and gives you a rat every combat. Liliana destroys creatures and then starts doing a little bit of hand hate. Sheoldred punishes people every time they draw a card. You get 2 life every time you draw a card. This is a tutor, and it's incredibly cool because as long as you tutor for something as a mana value of 4 or less, if you destroy an enchantment or a artifact or a token, then you can just put that directly into the battle. That is incredible. Ashiok puts out a couple of nightmares, and they get bigger every time you use its other ability, which is to look at the top 2 cards of your library, exile 1, and put the other into your hand. Because they get bigger every time you put a card into exile. And then Gix's command is a Swiss Army knife. It does, you can pick 2 of the following. 2 +1/+1 counters, 2 Popo counters on a creature. It gains lifelink until the end of the turn. Destroy each creature with a power of 2 or less. Return 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Or each opponent sacrifice a creature with the highest power amongst creatures they control. Mirrex puts out Mites, and Takenuma allows you to potentially mill and then bring creature or planeswalker back from your graveyard to your hand. 23 lands rounds us up, so what are we going to be doing? Killing creatures, a lot of them, ripping apart graveyards, punishing them for drawing cards, and making them discard. So it's a nice, well-rounded deck with some creatures in there, so hopefully we'll be able to pound them into oblivion. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, playing against Terabiter 9000. Keep it. Let's make him discard some stuff. Discard, discard, discard. Ooh, did something just happen? There we go. I found something else. Alright, so Giggs' command at 5, though that's the problem. We're definitely just doing a lot of this. All right, there we go. All right, so we cannot play this because I have nothing to bargain unless I can get rid of this bargain do force there. Enchantment. All right, that's cool. That's all I get to do? Oh, scry, scry, scry. Okay, fine. Yeah, not that. We're cool. You're 4 or less. Come on in. Water's fine. He's got a whole nother one, he says. Yeah, pass it over there. There we go. Perfect. And it's gone. I was kind of hoping that thing would have been out when I did that last move. They definitely want me to put out our friend Sheoldred, don't they? He's got 1 card. And we're done. I'm sure he's like, Sheoldred again? That's what I'd be thinking right now. I'm not going to leave my 11 open for whatever's about to happen. I am willing to sacrifice this guy. I don't like the fact he's going to gain 3 life, but it will kill off the Jukai Naturalist if he gets in front of it. Oh, he's just going to take it. All right, good for you. I was really hoping for a little bit more creature kill there. Got him down to 3. He'll be up to 6. And he's gone. In your face, Terrabiter. In your face. Alright, playing against Lodos. What do we got going on here? Kill. Alright, keep. Let's shut up that dragon. Do a little hand hate. Get in the pod. It's going to happen. You can't destroy it. I mean, the only thing it'll do is prevent me from scrying. Actually, then it'll give me a scry. That's what it'll do. You want to kill it, go for it, baby. All right, that's 2. It would be nice to pull another mana at some point. Let's clear the way. And all in. And we just got a little dude. Alright, let's shoulder this place. And I'll attack. You just gonna chump with the might of 1,000 chumps? That always disappoints me. Always. Let's get out a rat. Let's rip apart a dude. Chump. Chump like your name is Chump Rexerson. Yeah, the question is Lord Skitter better than Tenacious Underdog, or Tenacious Underdog, but the Graveyard Trespasser? And this guy puts out an additional dude every turn. The Trespasser has ward and can gain you a little bit of life. He's got life gain. So it just depends whether you need bodies for sacrificing or whether you want a little bit of life gain in situations where you can do that kind of stuff. And this guy's going to chump like crazy. Alright, I don't need mana, we're fine. A nice shoulder would be really nice right now. I tell you, we're going to go ahead and we're going to offer up Tenacious D. I'm sure he's not going to jump in front of the rat. Alright, so he's back to having only one guy. Alright, good, we can wipe that out. We got my graveyard. Anything good? Just one guy. All right, your choice. Who's it going to be? It's going to be the dog. Let's just go to town. I mean, sure, he could kill one. Down to 3. I think between Sheoldred and the 3 dudes we got, that's not good, because now he's going to have 3 guys to block with. Alright. Sheoldred still probably going to be our winner here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alright, we got 6. Can I just sneak it through if I felt like it? Number 1, just kill that. Sheoldred's the way to go forward. That's all there is to it. And we win in your face, snotty pants. Victory. Alright, playing against shiftomnimega. Shiftomnimega. Alright, there we go. Keep. Alright. Oh, gotta stop the bear. I love stopping the bear. There we go. It's stuck in your face forever. I'll try to show you here in a second. Here, I'll squeeze it. There it is. See, it's floating there right in front of his eyeballs. You can never get it. Look, just wiggle it around over there. Like a drone in front of his face. I'm going to eat your graveyard, man. I'm going to eat it. Is there anything good over here? Just fossil sky turtles. Yum. So this thing has the king rat and Graveyard Trespasser. Man, that is nasty against graveyards. Hey, I got somebody else to chew up now. Oh, well, what do we have here? It's a delicious topiary. Down to 8. And you can't get that, can you, bear? Suck it. You don't put another creature, that thing will be... Oh, that's not cool, man, at all. All right, let's hit it up. All right, what's going to win us the game next turn? Let's find out. Oh, that'll do it. Not next turn, unfortunately, but close. And double them up will save them. Yeah, I don't care, man. Alright. So 2 turns, and we win. Draw that card. Only 1 more turn now. You can draw another card if you want to. Feel free. And we win! That's what Sheoldred does for you right there. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Brown Hornet. Nice if he tries to put a creature out like that one. Alright, Lord Skitter's been a pretty decent card. That's it for the Planeswalker. He shall not be returning from the grave. That art is so old. Ooh, that's a weird choice. We're passing around threes like crazy right now, aren't we? So I'm willing to trade off at this point. Alright, we got 5 points of damage being passed around here. Hopefully it's something worth working with. He's just sacrifice. You can't, because you have to tap it. Alright, down to 12. Take us at least 3 more turns to crack him out of this. Alright, nothing. I mean, what does this thing do? Treasure token. It might be better to kill this guy, just so that we can go ahead and start drawing some cards. I should have just attacked with the rats, because what was he going to do? Give that up? All right. He's going to do that. All right. Let's just Tenacious D it. All in. See what we can draw. Hopefully it's a creature kill. That'd be nice. Yeah. All right. Here we go. That. Oink. Yeah, Tenacious D is practically a man land at this point. I'm going to keep up this pressure. It'd be smart if you killed the rats, but that's 3 points versus 1. You got to see that attrition coming, huh? Alright, I could go for a Sheoldred on the next turn. This guy popping up here. Yeah, Sheoldred should rip him apart. There we go. No problems. Sheoldred! There you are. No attacks. And we win! Sheoldred the Intimidator. Victory! Alright, playing against Daniel Carstein. That's a made-up name if I've ever heard one before. This looks very, very familiar, like something we just did a second ago. Alright, nothing to do for 2. Oh, I should have gone after the other guy. Ah, it's stupid. Alright, well, it was cool there for a second. Alright, here we are looking at the new mono black. Yeah, it wasn't bad. What was my end up rating here? I ended up getting a 67% rate. That's, 2 out of every 3 games. We are winners at. Let's talk about the new cards. So, Hopeless Nightmare, that's all right. I mean, if you're going for a discard, it's not bad. And it's a good discard card. If 1 drop, discard 1, and they lose 2 life, and you get a scry afterwards. That's not bad at all. There's nothing to go with this. If you have a even more synergy with either number of enchantments or remove enchantment or get rid of some non-land card, then it's even better. It's even better, right? Like using it for Beseech the Mirror. That was fantastic. Beseech the Mirror, it was a great way for me to go get Sheoldreds, and I could sacrifice some sort of token or enchantment. That worked out great as well. Lord Skitter is a pretty decent alternative version of Graveyard Trespasser, except for this guy has a little bit of life gain going for him. This guy puts out, guys 1/1 rats that can't block. But they both get to rip apart graveyards. That's pretty cool. And this guy's got ward. So it just depends whether you really want life or if you want creatures. And if you're into a big time sacrificial deck that's going to do something with it, which we're not really. I mean, sure, Beseech the Mirror will take care of that, but that's about it. So I can see Lord Skitter being much more advantageous in other decks, like the Rakdos ones, or like Rakdos Sack or something. That might be really, really cool. What else we got here? Ashiok. I have yet to see this guy be worth it at all. He always gets killed, or she gets killed. I don't know what we got going on here. It gets killed. Sure, you put out 2 nightmares. They're pretty lame, and they want to grow. But Ashiok itself usually is dead, and they kind of rely upon Ashiok to do what it's going to do. So this seems like a lame card. It seems like you got to find ways of protecting it so much better, and I've never seen it happen in all the times I've played. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of Ashiok. The art's fantastic. It seems like it should be cool, but still, yeah, we need something better. I don't know what the deal is. This card is not great. All right, so let's check it up. Who was the MVP? Which card really got things working for the It was Sheoldred. Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Yep, it was the one that we were looking for. It was the one that was always a good defender, had Death Touch, was going to do damage regardless of what was going on, punish people for drawing cards. Sheoldred the Apocalypse, as always, MVP. All right, let's see here. Was this deck competitive? At 67%, it is a competitive deck. The funny part is that it doesn't feel very competitive to me. Anything below 70 always feels like I'm losing too much. But yet for Platinum Mythicless decks, do worse than this. So I got to say this is probably a competitive deck. Will it hold up well against aggro? Possibly. I mean, it just depends on whether they got a bunch of creatures coming out. Because your cut downs, your go for the throat, your Sheoldred's Edict, all cheap. And if you don't get to those, but you have creatures, your creatures are pretty decent at fighting against aggro. So, yeah, your 3 and unders are actually a pretty decent wall against an aggro situation. Did I ever go in against any aggro with this? Doesn't look like it. None at all. No mono reds, nothing. So, I don't know. I'd say this has a strong chance. When this is called the new mono black, I believe it. It's like 3/4 old mono black. And that's the hardcore, gangster rap mono black right here. Let's see. We got that was competitive. Was it a fun deck? Yeah. I mean, there was a lot going on. I appreciated it. It was plenty of the places I had the most fun was probably Graveyard Trespasser and Lord Skitter. I liked it when they came out and started ripping apart graveyards. It's nice being able to go to the Showcase Showdown and, picking through their graveyard and determining which ones you're going to take. I like that a lot. I guess I liked Graveyard Trespasser, the fact that then you gain a life and they lose a life if you can go after creatures. That was always super cool. So yeah, there was a little bit of fun going on there. I like when they put out guys and you're just kind of killing them. What I hate is at the end when they start putting out tons of guys potentially, and you're able to only peg off one or two. And Gix's command is for taking out big hordes of stuff. Still, sometimes they're above that 2 power range, and that is devastating for this deck. Dislike it big time. All right, was this deck interesting? Well, I mean, it's a mono black deck. It's not even a mono black deck. It's the mono black deck. It is your mono black mid-range. And what's interesting is that, our deck author, managed to weave some pretty decent new cards into the mix. And it still did very well. Was it different than before? The only thing that I think made it different than before was Lord Skitter. I think Beseech the Mirror is actually really, really good because it's a tutor card, right? You go get whatever you want and potentially put it directly into the battlefield. I mean, that was an incredibly powerful card. Really, really good. So yeah, I think this is possibly a better deck than the one we were playing with in the last meta. Yeah, so yeah, it was interesting to see the new cards in here. It wasn't super interesting. It was no tribal. There was no huge amounts of synergy or combos going on. But it was interesting because we got an opportunity to play with some new cards inside a great deck. And maybe we'll see that it is still a really, really good deck. All right, so let's just talk about it. Was this deck competitive? Yeah, it was pretty competitive. I'm going to say, yeah, like 3/4. Was this deck fun? I'm going to say, yeah. It felt like there could be more fun somehow. This deck did good. There's nothing really explosive about it. That's, I guess, the problem. There's no explosions to it. Yeah. So while you could get into the fight, you can kind of wrestle with people. It wasn't like you were doing a felonious bone honker and coming down on them like a hurricane or anything. So still 3/4 of a fun. And then was it interesting? I'm going to give it half a point for interesting. Just because it was actually a boring old great deck with a few new cards put in there, which made it act like the boring old great deck, but now it's a boring new great deck. It's mono black, man. I mean, if you like mono black, this is still a good deck. These cards made it interesting to play. So I'm going to give this deck a straight A. It's definitely the kind of deck you want to have in your, up on your bookshelf, ready to pull down when you want to play mono black. It is the deck. I mean, I bet you there's going to be a few more tweaks. Like I said, personally, I'd get rid of Ashiok. I'd do something else. I'd look for something. I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it. We'll see about something else. But everything else in here was really good. So it's a top shelf deck. I'd say it's really good. I'd give it a flat A and would recommend that if you decide to play with this, that you're going to have as much fun as I did. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.